Hello everyone, my name is Caroline. Welcome to this lesson of English for 11th year high school students. Today I will explain continuous or progressive verb tenses. We use the continuous or the progressive tenses to express an ongoing event or action. In order to form the progressive tenses, we will need something called an auxiliary, which is a helping verb that adds information to the main verb. The auxiliaries for the continuous tenses are the verb to be and the verb to have. And the information that they add is that of time. That is, they tell you whether you're talking about a past, a present, or a future event. And we will see more of this in detail in each one of the explanations of the tenses. So let's begin. The first tense is the present continuous. We use this tense to express an action that is happening right now, in the moment that we are talking, so in the present. To form the present continuous, you must use the appropriate simple present form of the verb to be, followed by the verb that you want to express with ing at the end. So here we have the examples. We would say, I am running, she is studying, they are eating. The verb to be here is the auxiliary, and the main verb is the one that we add the ing to. Then we have the past progressive or past continuous. It is used to express an action that occurred at a specific time or at the same time as another event in the past. And to form the past progressive, you need the verb to be in simple past and the main verb that you want to express with the ing suffix. So here we have the examples. I was working all afternoon. She was sleeping when you called. They were painting the room yesterday. So an action that occurred at a specific time means that your sentence will have a time marker. For example, in I was working all afternoon is the time marker that tells you when that action was happening. In they were painting the room yesterday tells you when they were painting the room. And in the other example, or the other use for the past progressive, is an action occurring at the same time as another event. So the examples are, she was sleeping when you called. So here we have two actions. She was sleeping is one action and you called is another. And these two actions happened at the same time. It's the same case in the other example. You were dancing when I saw you. You were dancing is one action and when I saw you is another. So these are some of the uses of the past progressive. Now we have the future progressive. This is used to express an action that will occur during a specific time in the future. To form the future progressive, you will need will be, which is the auxiliary, and the main verb that you want to express with the ing suffix. So for this, we have I will be studying during the weekend. So the action is studying, and the specific time in the future is during the weekend. Another use of the future progressive is to express an action that will occur often at the same time as another event in the future. And the example for this is they will be cooking when we get there. So the action is cooking. And the other event is that somebody will get there. So these two actions are happening in the future and at the same time. Okay, now we have the present perfect progressive. This is used to express an event that began in the past but is still ongoing. This is usually paired with either since and a starting time or for and an amount of time. And to form the present perfect progressive, you will need the auxiliaries to have in the simple present, been, and the main verb that you want to express with the ing suffix. And here we have the examples. We have an example for an event that began in the past but is still going on, paired with since and a starting time. So the example would be, she has been dancing since she was 5 years old. So here we have since, and the starting time is when she was 5 years old. And the other example is for an event that began in the past but is still going on, paired with for and an amount of time. And the example is, I have been doing my homework for 2 hours. So again, we have 4 and the amount of time would be 2 hours. Here we have the past perfect progressive, which shows that an action started in the past and continued up until another time in the past. So to form this tense, we need the auxiliaries to have in the simple past, been, and the main verb that we want to express with the ing suffix. The past perfect progressive indicates that something began in the past, continued in the past, and also ended in the past. And the example that we have is the following. By the time I got home yesterday, he had been waiting for 3 hours. So, as we see in this sentence, everything took place in the past. Finally, we have the future perfect progressive. This tense describes actions that will continue up to a point in the future. And to form the future perfect progressive, you need the auxiliaries will have, been, and the main verb you want to express with the ing suffix. So the sentences with future perfect progressive will always look like this: will have been and the verb with ing. For example, by June, I will have been living in this apartment for 5 years. Okay everyone, that is it for this video. I hope it was useful, I hope you learned, and I will talk to you in the next one. Goodbye.